So this row of onions that you see right here was all grown from dividing out sprouting onions like this, or growing them from just the bottom of the onion. And you can see on these that I planted earlier in the year that we're actually getting some bulb formation. And I've shown before, you just split this into thirds because you can see there's 3 different sections, and you try to leave as much of this bottom root on each one as possible. But what I also wanted to show you guys, or actually explain, was that each of these onions are onions that will naturally do well here and actually bulb. Now, it depends on which onion variety you get, because some are unable to actually bulb well where you live. So if you're sprouting and doing this with onions that don't naturally grow and bulb well where you are, you're not going to have them actually bulb. And as you can see right here is what it looks like when you peel away those layers and you get it down to just these 3 stems. And now I'm just going to do that, and now I have 3 separate ones for planting. And now I just went ahead and planted them in the ground an inch or so, and they do bulb better if they aren't buried super deep. And these will also add a lot of good pest protection with the aroma that these onions will put out to cover up and kind of mask the smell of these potatoes I have popping up in this bed right here. And right here and right here are 2 that I just planted the very bottom of in the ground. As you can see, this was just the bottom you cut off from actually going and using the onion. And now I'm going to separate out these 3 sections and plant them out. Now, it's important when you go to do this that you actually keep this top part almost buried with dirt, and you don't let it dry out, because I've found that if they do, they really don't do well if they actually live at all. And as you see, I'm just coming in between with my knife again and pushing through till it pops apart, leaving some of the roots hopefully on both ends. This one, as you can see, doesn't have a lot of roots, but it does have this bottom area that does grow roots, so it should be okay. So definitely let me know if you guys have ever done this before and have actually gotten them to bulb well, because last year I tried it and they did, so that's why I'm showing you guys this year. And here's actually 1 week later. So as you can see, they have started to green up quite a bit, and they've actually started to grow just a little bit as well. Now, I did throw in some whole ones like this one. I didn't even quite divide all the way. I just cut it down the middle just to experiment. And then this one I left whole because I figured I would just split it at a later date. And eventually here they'll straighten out, because right now they're still kind of crooked. Even if it ends up not being the right time of year to plant onions, still you might as well stick them in the ground, because they will eventually bulb probably the following year if they are the right type of onion for your growing zone. And if I hadn't just planted these in the garden, they just would have rotted and eventually gotten thrown away. I just figured it was something that you guys would appreciate seeing, and you guys have a great day.